with doing Yinnergy and with what can people do to ensure that whether they're new or whether they've done it for a while and they're doing the sessions, what can they do to ensure that they're getting the most out of a session?
With the energy, while doing, all they have to do is sit there with their eyes closed, right? They don't really have to do anything. But if you want to enhance it to a small degree, you can use something that's called pranayama. That just means breathing exercises. So you can do certain breathing exercises if because it does enhance it a little bit more. You can do mudras. That's what you use with your fingers. You can use mantras. Mantras is repeating an actual chant. So it could be Om Mani Padme Hum, things like that. So it'll enhance it a bit. You can use any other traditional meditation technique and do it with the energy if you choose to do that. But really, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is sit there with your eyes closed, and the technology is designed to meditate you. But
Okay,
personally, I
so
do
then,
both. I do the traditional meditation technique, and I use energy at the same time.
okay, so that, okay, then that,
Yeah.
that that makes sense then. Okay,
Because
then I'll have to do that.
after 17 years of using this, it gets boring sometimes sitting there for an hour every single day. So it's okay, let me change it up a bit. Let me do this technique. Let me do that. Let me do this type of breathing. Let me do alternate nostril breathing. And so that's why I do that, but I don't have to.
Okay. Well, good to know. Someone in the comments, I'm just going really quickly. I could fry plantain in my sleep says, sit, good headphones, and a space where you can't be bothered.
Oh, that's my boy. That's my boy, John. How you doing, bro? Yeah. Yeah, headphones are needed with this technology. So, and there have been people who bought the product, and they were getting benefits from it, and then they would tell me something, and I was like, "You're not using headphones, are you?" It's like, "No, I'm not using headphones." I'm like, "You got to use headphones." So the headphones, because the way how the binaural beats are structured, there's certain beats in one ear and one in the other ear. So you got to use headphones so that your brain can synchronize, because you're trying to create whole brain thinking, which will allow the two hemispheres of the brain to synchronize.
I see. Okay. And you mentioned that to me. I see you mention it when you post about sessions to always
Yeah,
have like earphones and headphones. So
have
that's
headphones
very
or
clear.
earbuds.
Yes, exactly. Okay. This is a question that wasn't actually from me. It's from one of my best friends. So I was telling her about that we were going to be doing this interview, and she wanted to know, and I personally actually when she said it, I was like, oh, I want to know that too. But can you use Yinnergy in your sleep as well? Because and
Mm.
the reason I think she even asked is one thing that she would do, especially when studying, was use white noise, for example, to clear the mind. I know people who have done like the positive affirmations that you can sleep with, and they just repeat. They're on loop, like on YouTube, for example. So, is that something? So, can you do something similar with Yinnergy, or do you have to be in a meditative state and you have to be up and doing it consciously?
Truthfully, you can do whatever you want. You can do Yinnergy with your eyes open. You can do Yinnergy while jogging. You can do it while doing yoga if you can keep the headphones in. You can do it while staring at a candle flame. You can do whatever you want, but I don't have studies to show that. So I don't have the studies to show that if you do it with eyes open, you'll get this result. So I always recommend people to do it based on the studies that we do have, and the studies show that when you have your eyes closed, sitting up straight, you get the best results. But have there been times where I had to lay on my back and do it? I've done that a few times. It will still work. The technology will still work. We just feel that it's better if you're sitting up with your back straight, is because there is an energy, the word I mentioned before was Kundalini, which is at the tailbone of your spine, and that energy needs to travel up the spine. So we feel that it's better if your back is straight. If the spine is straight, that energy can move smoothly, as opposed to you laying on your back. But you can lay on your back and you still get great results. And to answer your friend's question, you can do it while sleeping. You can do it while sleeping if you choose to. But I'm coming from the old school where it's about discipline. So I'm trying to get people to stay awake and try to meditate so that they can practice that discipline. But if that's too hard for you and you feel like using it as a sleep aid, you can do that. And you're still going to get a lot of the results from doing that. And maybe the results are better. We just don't have the results, the scientific information to prove that.
Okay, interesting. Well, good
Yeah.
to know. I really, even the first time I did it, I really enjoyed it because I really felt like it made me think about different things that I wasn't thinking about. It really was like a mind shift.
Yeah.
So that's something I really enjoyed about it. One thing I also want to know